Grr. Hello, 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 everyone. You can't hear me, but I'm having some weird stuff happening right now. I'm trying to fix it. Hopefully, you can hear me over the music. I know audio is loud. I'm trying to tell you that. There's an echo. Oh, man. Oh, I know. All right, I can at least pause the music. So I'm having some technical difficulties suddenly about I don't know, 15 seconds, maybe 30 seconds before the stream started. Suddenly, when I'm trying to click on windows and stuff, I nothing is registering at all. And so I'm trying to figure out what is running. I'm just gonna close all of my Visual Studios to see if maybe that's what's causing it. But like, so I have mouse without borders, and I've been able to move the mouse onto another device and use it there, and I can click on stuff and everything is behaving the way that it's supposed to. So I'm trying to close out of mouse without borders, but that's really hard to do when you can't click on the system tray. So I'm trying to use my expert keyboard skills. Looks like I'm just going to have to use Task Manager. I'm sorry, mouse without borders. I don't mean to hard close. Yep, closing out of mouse without borders did it. Now I can click on stuff again. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, music back. Try that again. Hello, 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 and welcome to another Daily Code Fun. I am One Lion, and my camera is just slightly low. My hair is getting super duper poofy. This is a crazy view. We are looking out at Bukit Batok, Singapore. That's really cool. Okay, Captain Commerce, thanks for being here, and hello and good day to you. So, welcome to another Daily Code Fun. I think I said that already. I'm doing a lot of research. I'm really trying to get this title bar thing to work in Windows 10. It is really important that it works. Oh, right. You need to close that. Title bar. Did I say title bar? Did I say something else? I'm not fully thinking. So one thing that I noticed, by the way, is watch what happens as I open Visual Studio, you'll see that sometimes the title bar will show up as the, yeah, that right there, the blue title bar, and then it gets replaced by this extends content into title bar, or whatever they're using to get this to work. And so I wrote this in Discord, but I'm going to say it again out loud because it was kind of annoying to me. I hate it when this happens. Which one of you is the one that has the stuff I want? I want this and what is this? This. Okay, I want these two things over here, please. I really don't know what these are, so I want to keep them too. Just keep all the tabs open. All right, I need to get this back up and running over here. No. I am not allowed. Yeah, Scott is saying, I also like title bars. That's my link I sent you, remember, about when UI 3 customizing title bars. So this one here, is this the one that came from you? Because I don't really remember seeing it. But it's probably because I wasn't ready for it and I was just completely overlooking it. But this is absolutely the thing that I needed to look at. And we're going to look at it closer today. But in here, you can see, well, no, here's probably what happened. I dismissed it as this isn't what I'm using. So, and that's because I really didn't understand and still am not fully understanding everything that I need to understand about this. But I just didn't read it at the time. And I really should have read it top to bottom. I think maybe I said that I was going to read it too. But this is using terms like the Windows App SDK without really describing what the Windows App SDK is. And so you just kind of have to know that you're using specific technology that has a name. Kind of like saying Blazor without letting anyone know, you know, this is a technology that you can use to write C# and HTML code, or I guess Razor syntax. And you don't have any kind of real association between Razor and CSHTML. So it's like WinUI 3. Someone says that. And it's like, okay, what does that mean? So what it sounds like to me just make Razor laser. This here, and Scott, if you happen to be actively listening and paying attention, I'm open to lots of help with this. But this app window here is the WinUI 3 app window object. And in that app window object, we have this title bar property. That title bar property is what is called the API, that what they're calling here as the title bar API. Where did I see that? The app window API. So yeah, title bar customization APIs. So that's this thing here. And that is currently only supported on Windows 11. Hello, Xcoding. So then they're like, instead, use WinUI 3. I'm using Windows 11 too. And the way that I noticed that this wasn't working, so let me show the app. Let me show the app. Let me show. The only thing that I was trying to accomplish with this application was I'm Blazor web developer. That's where all of my experience is. As Blazor web developer, I heard that I can write Blazor components, use that for the UI of a multi-platform application user interface. Application. That's a lot of application in there. Oh, right. So here we see that title bar is not null. Title bar has a value. And all that I wanted to do was get my title bar to change color based on the selected theme. So if I change my theme to light, then I want my title bar to turn to light color. And it does. Let me just disable this breakpoint. Change it to blue. It changes to blue. Change it to orange. It changes to orange. Change it to green. So it works beautifully. It's awesome. And then I took this, which was our exploration into how MAUI works so that I can customize the title bar, went to my work laptop, started using it, implemented this exact same thing, and when I changed the color theme, nothing happened to my title bar. In fact, it gave me errors. It said no reference exception. And that's why I started doing this app.titlebar. Title bar is null check because on Windows 10 title bar, the Windows title bar customization API is not available. So on anything less than Windows 11. Instead, what I need to do for Windows 10 and before is define my title bar in a XAML UI element, then call set title bar UI element to that new UI element. How do I make a XAML UI element? Again, Blazor web developer. And the answer is you create I have no idea because I've tried a bunch of things so far. I'm going to try this last little thing and then we'll try it on stream. But right now everything is breaking. Xcoding says this is only for Windows 11. Yep. So I work on something for an app for Windows 10 with .NET Framework. Yeah, I can do Windows Forms and I can learn a pure WPF app, but that still requires me to learn WPF or XAML, I guess. But what I'm trying to do is use my Blazor skills to make a MAUI application. So then I saw this thing, and this thing works except that I now no longer have a clickable, draggable area. So then I tried this. Excuse me, can you stop? And you there. Right. I need the namespace for you. Var hold equals new this. Control dot. No! Damn it. Copy this. Right, and that's going to be in Windows only, so I need to move that somewhere else. Let's move you there. Let's fix your namespace. And then I'll show you what I'm trying to do and failing at. Have you ever thought of how easy it is to get things wrong? YAML, XAML, XML, TOML. Xcoding is saying for WinForms I try. WPF is easy. I learned WinForm. Well, my first desktop application type was VB6. Is that true? Yes, it is true. So I wrote applications in VB6. I did learn to write desktop applications using Java, using JFrame, JPanel. Do those sound familiar? And then I moved to using VB.NET WinForms. And yeah, and then I went to web. So I never got into WPF or using XAML to make applications at all. Scott is like, XML is just XAML without the application, the A. I got a B in Blazor and MAUI in my last semester of computer science. Wait, they're teaching Blazor and MAUI at university? Because that would be nice. Anyway, MAUI is using WinUI 3 and MAUI has handlers to customize WinUI 3 components. Good, thank you. So I have that understanding now. And here it is, yeah. So for those of you that do know WPF, oh, it was my choice. For those of you that do know WPF or XAML, can you just give me a quick, how do I create a new UI element? That's all. Just how do I create a new UI element? A new UI elephant. The things that I have tried so far are I create a folder. Hello, Boss Raid. Oh, hi. I created a folder called custom elements or something. I don't care what it's called. Oh, wait, that was an actual raid? What? How did I miss that? No, that's just saying hi to raid. Scott knows boss raid, maybe? You just saw the word raid. And then you used the tomb raid. That's fun. You're fun. That's fun. Oh. Yes. Any resources, because my Googling abilities are just completely lacking. The information that I got is to create a custom UI element. Whoops, reopen, close tab. You just create a new content view. Do I know anything about networking? Just networking with people, but no, not like networking infrastructure or managing and administering networking equipment, software, etc. Okay. Yeah, that was the other thing. Lots of things. I was going to show this first. Let's show this. So I couldn't get it to work. So I submitted a question. I said, here's the situation. In Windows 11, I am using the app window. Come on, you can find it while talking. I'm using app window to change the background color of the title bar and the button background color, and then update the icon area so that that also updates too. The color background also changes when I change the theme. The theme is being changed from within a Blazor class library, the Blazor UI. So I changed the theme there. It updates a property of a state object that's dependency injected, and my application is listening to that right here. So it's listening to property changes. And if the property that's being changed is the active theme, then apply that theme color to the window itself. So I can definitely do that for my Blazor stuff. And we're almost done with the example of showing me change the Blazor UI the way that I normally do theming in Blazor. Which we will finish that before I continue too far into this. But when I run the same application on Windows 10, which I have a machine here and here, then nothing happens. It says that the title bar is null. Wait, what changed? Don't make changes in here. So here, title bar is null on Windows 10 and before. So I posted that question. That's this here. And I got a response from a Microsoft employee that says, I've tested this on both Windows 11 and Windows 10. It should be a bug for WinUI 3, so report it here. So the very first thing I did was, thank you for that. Here is my GitHub example because I meant to update it yesterday after the stream, but I never did. And then I opened the ticket, not ticket, the issue here. Oh, crap. I did need to click on this. So I opened the issue here, filled out the bug template, put it in smaller words, less information than I normally give, filled in the expected behavior as one sentence, and then screenshots. I just put in my window helper that does the app window.title bar, and I said on line 30, which is this one here, title bar is null, so it doesn't do anything. Filled in this information. You don't have to be Boss Raid. I'm not talking to anyone in particular. I'm just saying this out loud. If you happen to listen, that's awesome. But I am still looking for advice and information. So anyway, I filled in all of this information. And about an hour after that, my phone, or no, I did some more searching and I reran one of my searches. And that's how I got back to this page. Apparently Scott, so this makes it even worse, Scott had already given me this page, and it was posted on June 20th, which is fairly new. I really don't remember coming across this. Otherwise, I would have been like sticking to this like glue and reading every little piece of information on it. But that being said, about 2 seconds, literally 2 seconds after opening that page, my phone goes off with a notification and it says someone has responded to your Blazor Hybrid post. And that response was, this is not a bug on Windows 10. It is documented on that page that Scott gave me a long time ago. But that I had just found again, and that there's a statement in there that says title bar customization APIs are currently supported on Windows 11 only. On Windows 10, it is done with extends content to title bar / set title bar plus a manifest. Here is a library that has an example of doing this. So he says. So I'm like, crap. It's kind of funny. So this was like 3 seconds after he posted, or they posted, sorry, no assumptions. It's kind of funny how I just found that article again. And once I test out your approach, then I'll go ahead and mark it as the accepted answer. And then I went over to the bug and I was like, okay, so it's been brought to my attention that this is not a bug, this is intended functionality. I'm going to go ahead and close the bug. So then I closed the bug. Then I went over to this dude's GitHub example, And I'm like, all right, so I want to see his setup. I want to see the setup. I would like to see something that says program.cs. There is nothing that says program.cs. This is not a MAUI application. Okay, that's fine. Let's clone it and open it in Visual Studio. It doesn't have to be a MAUI application. We'll just open it in Visual Studio and pick it apart there. And so I open it and I'm like, okay, so apparently they are replacing the title bar somehow, and they're doing it using app title bar. Cool. Where's app title bar? It's part of Microsoft.ui.xaml.window. So that's not really creating a custom UI element. So I don't know how this is set up at all, nor customized. Then I tried running it, and then it kept giving me errors about the Windows app, window something or other, Windows app SDK not being the right version, and it kept taking me to a download page where I downloaded everything they told me to download. And as it turns out, all I needed to do was update the package here. But anyway, so then I run this. And lo and behold, here is a customized title bar with even customized buttons with different hover effects, scrolling text that can be at runtime added to the title bar. It's still click draggable. It has a right click context menu. It's all there. So how do I do this? How do I do this? I'm already doing this part. I'm getting the app window. I'm setting extends content to title bar equals true. It's this set title bar that's broken. Because I can't get app title bar. I don't know where this comes from. And I've tried this like in 80 different things. I don't get it. So that's where I'm stuck. So if anyone can help me create a custom app title bar or use that same app title bar that they're using, which I still have no idea how they're customizing it. I even tried reading the XAML. I don't understand it. Yeah, and there's no way for me to be like, in my Windows platform specific code, like here's my app window. This is where I should be able to do something like app window dot no, it was window up here, native window. So I should be able to go native window dot extends content into title bar and native window dot set title bar. What do I put here? I can't get app title bar. That's not a thing. There is an app window title bar, but that's not like a, I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So what I tried to do is create my own. So UI element is XAML code. So yeah. Let me show you what I did with that then. I created, first I did it in here. I was like, let's create a new, because they said use content view, so that's what I started with. New content view. Oops. That just gives us the design guidelines. But what I am looking at is this, and maybe they'll show me how to do it in here, I guess. Oh, no, they don't. They don't. They give me this. Oh, I get it. I get it. I get it. I'll show you in my side one. Okay, so here is the thing that I was trying to do. I actually need to give this thing a name. Or whatever I want to call it. Custom title bar, just to make sure that I'm getting the right one. Then in here, where I was doing the native window set title bar extends content, I do custom title bar. Apparently I don't want to call it the same name as the class. And then I can't put it out here by itself, right? So where does this go? This code goes in the XAML code behind for your app's first page. So this grid here is supposed to go in app.xaml, just like this thing does. And then in app.xaml.cs. It doesn't go in the Windows platform specific app.xaml because I don't want. Do I? Okay, so I'm supposed to put it here. Then. Which application does not support direct content. Main, I got it. Gotcha. Main page. But then that breaks my Blazor web view because now I have two contents. So is this supposed to be a stack layout? So then how do I get that here? Main window initialize. Oh. Wait, what? I didn't think that there was an extends content. Yeah, that's what I thought. They have a main window and we have a main page. We don't have a surrounding window element. That's the thing that keeps getting me. They're not showing me like the full project, which would be nice. But yeah, I'm gonna read this whole thing then. Yeah, see how this is a window? Thank you so much for the follow, Boss Raid. Yeah, they're using a window as the underlying class. I don't have window anywhere in here. I have what a brand new Blazor MAUI app template gave me, which is main page, which is a content page, application. Yeah, but if you saw, their main window up here supposedly has an extends content into title bar, and I don't have that on main page, on a content page. What I could do, I guess, is try to get the app window, which is going to be, no, not app window, regular window. Current Windows first. You're a content page. Which is going to be a window. Cool. Then I can do app window.extends. Yeah, I didn't think so. So then I would have to do the whole give me this thing. So var h wind equals app window dot handler platform view. Which is going to be the native window. Sorry. But again, only if we're running on Windows. So I have a helper method to give me the app window back, and that's where I should be able to do it. So first, then I'm going to go ahead and finish the styles sheet. Not even the style sheet. The only thing that I care about doing is getting our JavaScript interrupt to add the body tag. Once I remember how I did that. So I have a whole bunch of functions. And when I change, I think I do it on main.razor. I don't remember where I do it. Ah, I know what to do. We'll get right back to that very, very, very shortly. Very shortly. My Razor components. And in main layout. Yeah, it looks like main layout is where I'm doing it. And then here is update body classes. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can do it here in app. Inject me a private preferences state. Why can't I control dot? On initialize. We're going to subscribe, preferences state property changed, handle preference changed, and that looks like a private void, private e void. Handle preference change that takes an object sender and a property change event args e, which comes from component model. And instead of state has changed, we're going to say update body classes. And this is going to be a task run. And this is active theme. It was really close. It was really, really close. And this is going to be a fire and forget, essentially. Private async task, pasta. Okay, so update body classes for theme. Oh, this is really close. um, ooh, that's a good one. I'm also protected override on after render async if first render. I'm doing a check to make sure that we're rendered, because if we don't have access to the JavaScript interop stuff because the page isn't yet rendered, then it'll throw errors as well. So I'm keeping track of whether we have already rendered or not. So private bool has rendered. It's a bool. Don't initialize it to false if it's already false. Tra. Okay, so now if not has rendered, then do nothing. We don't have access to do anything on the page. Otherwise, we get our module. I created a module, a IJS reference, which is right here. I did do this. Inner stink. All right, so I also need to inject an IJS runtime. Cool. And then this is going to be content.themingexample.blazor UI. JavaScript main layout. That's this. Oh, does it need a forward? Yeah, it does. It needs a root /. Okay, so once again, this is just going to be copy pasta. I don't know why I'm typing it all out. Oh, I know why. We're going to start with var module equals await module. So notice that this is just the task to get the module. And that way, if the module isn't ever loaded, we never load it. But if it ever needs to load, then it gets loaded there. And then we reuse the same one over and over and over. Then we will just do a await module invoke, and it's actually going to be set theme class active theme, because I have a method in here that is set theme class to the theme enum properties value, their values to string, whatever you call it, and then it'll prefix it with theme dash. How is the UI of a terminal made? I don't know. I have no idea. That's not something that I am familiar with. I apologize. I do Blazory type stuff, and in this case, it's MAUI. 0706. But anyway, how are you doing, Jory? Jory K. I hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. It's hump day. Okay, so I'm going to do set theme class, which is also going to remove any other themes from the page itself. And I think that's all I need to do, because yesterday I had already set up all of my root for my theme colors, and then right. Right. I think I do need this to be theme dash. I really, really prefer writing Sass though, instead of writing it this way. So here I'm just creating a theme rule for each one. So boo, I don't know what order these are in. Where are my themes? Blue, dark. Orange. Gray. Cool heat. And light. All right. And the way that I set these colors was pretty much the same for each of them except for dark and light, where I just did that color. All right, and then light was just a background color of white with a foreground color of black. A bar background color of white, black. And button background color. Oh, that's bad. Is going to be Boo 5 with a foreground color of white, which means that I need to update these. I wasn't paying attention to that. So you should also be white. Grain is dark enough that you should be white. Yeah. Pretty sure that all of the rest of them are dark enough. And then we'll make you charcoal. I didn't make a charcoal. Do I have any black-ish colors that are not black? Oh, right. That was in the shades of dark side that I haven't created yet. So we'll just do black. It'll be fine. White. Whoops. And white. All right, so let's put a button on our main page just so we can see that change too. It's a button. So let's make a rule for all of our buttons. I guess we're going to make it button primary since I have a button primary rule already. Okay, what do you look like? F5. Right, and then of course I need to initialize the background color to coffee state, or to whatever my initial theme is, but I haven't done that yet, but that's okay. For now it'll just default to whatever this is. So let's change it to light. My background color didn't change. Are we at least getting the body element? No, the body element is not getting the theme. The theme class. So are we at least hitting the helper? The listener? We're hitting the listener. It has rendered. And so we are getting the module. Getting the module is breaking. Probably because the address is wrong. I wish you would give me some information, my friend. Okay, and if we await module, are you going to give me an error? Thank you. It can only be used in an async. I know. How am I supposed to debug that? Task.run. This expression cannot be evaluated. New instance of system.threading. That task cannot be created under a debugger. Module.result. Oh. Evaluation timed out. Yeah, it's probably that I'm typing the file name wrong. So we're doing an import on /_content/Blazor UI/JS/main layout .funcs. So where exactly am I doing that here? I'm doing it in main layout. Did I spell something wrong? We are in theming example.blazor UI /main-layout-funcs. Plural. Yay. Trátalo otra vez, por favor. Con prisa. Prisa. Quickly now. F5 it. Okay, here we go. I'm switching it to coffee. You can see the window here. Hitting this. Yay, we have our module this time. And now we should be able to invoke set theme, which should hopefully have put the tag, but it didn't. So that's fine. At least we have the correct JavaScript thing loaded, which means that we should be able to step into it. So set theme here, change you to boo. Don't need you anymore. Don't need you anymore. We should hit the breakpoint, which it looks like we did. But where in the world did the console go? DevTools. All right, so we look for any elements on the body tag that already start with theme, any classes that already start with theme. Crap, I need to step out. How do I step out of this? Dang it. Is that what gave me the error? Right, I guess we should also inspect what we're passing in. I mean, thank you. Grain. Okay, we are passing in 4, the number 4. And this should be passing in this .toString. Yes. Well, thank you. I love spam. And once again, thanks for the follow, Boss Raid. I hope someone in chat was able to help you with the networking question. Seemed like you were having a conversation with Scott. Got it sorted. Okay. Application run. Do the thing. That time it didn't even, oh, it probably did. We need to F12. Okay, changing my theme color. Now we have a theme of orange. And Urge2K, Urge 2K just resubscribed with your Prime Gaming subscription. That is so awesome. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for using the Prime Gaming subscription. Oh, okay. I need to lower the class name, but it looks like it's working. You can see here that in my body, I now have theme orange, and my CSS rules are set to be using a lowercase class name. So I should just be able to tell this thing to be .toLower. Yeah, it doesn't matter where I do it. I'll do it here. Dang, and this is the first time that you're chatting? I've seen you around. Have you been on Captain Commerce's stream? Is that how you heard about me? Captain Commerce is awesome. Such a good guy. That's not a thing. It's your alt. That's why I know it. That's why I know your name. Like Urge2K sounds so familiar. It's Captain Commerce. Well, cheers and thank you for using the Prime subscription on me. That is super duper awesome of you. All right, so by the time we get, oh, I guess I need to relaunch. Relaunch. All right, once this is done, then we can dive back into getting the title bar, getting a custom title bar in here. So here go boo. Dang it. Why? Why aren't you applying the colors? It's broken now. I bet you it's this toLower. toLower. Why don't you give me a message telling me that toLower is not a function? JavaScript. JavaScript toLower case. It's because it's toLower case. I bet you I've been getting messages probably this whole time that I haven't been able to pay attention to because I'm on the wrong screen. Let's go back to this screen. Go here. Go Twitch. Okay, I have not. Thank goodness. I haven't missed anything. So not Prog Testing was asking Captain Commerce, did you drink do you drink one new beer every day? And Captain Commerce says, not usually. I try to mix it up once a week, but sometimes it's just easy to pick up a six pack of known beverage. I might get a new one once a month, and the rest of the time it's the usuals. But he is always welcoming any recommendations for beer that he should try, as long as it's available from his local um, spirits shop or somewhere that he can actually get it from. And if you guys don't know, he will partake of that beverage on his stream. Captain, is that what I made yours? Yeah, I did. Um, and his schedule is a bit different now. He does still, for the most part, keep to his Monday nights. But yeah, catch his stream when you can. Subscribe. Yeah, subscribe to him. He doesn't drink every day, just normally during the stream, and he streams every day. Wait a minute. I'm kidding. He doesn't stream every day, but that would be funny. Because then your catchphrase could be, I only drink when I stream. Okay, so here we go. We have our app, we have a theme changer. Our theme changes in the app and the title bar. Yay, that was the goal. So the goal was to be able to change the theme in the app, which is all Blazor code, as well as in the title bar, which is the native window. So if I ran this on a Mac, then it probably wouldn't do anything. If I ran it in Android, then you wouldn't see the title bar, so you wouldn't really be changing anything. But if we're running on Windows, the title bar changes, but only on Windows 11. So now we need to fix that issue. So first thing that I'm going to do is get rid of that gap so that I can check this in. And then we will work on the next portion of this. So the gap comes from main page. No, it comes from extends content into title bar in MAUI program.cs. I don't have it in there. It comes from extends content to title bar here. To fix title bar issues, punt for 2 years, live best life in me time. I can't because my client wants this done in Blazor. I mean, once it's done as using Blazor for the UI and have it be a desktop app. Okay, so if I run this, then the UI should look normal. I'm going to check in this code as our final state of having the, well, I may as well while I'm here modify the title bar too. Or not title bar. Title bar is what I'm trying to do. What is this called? Top bar, I think. I don't know. I'll just put some notes on the main page. Because it's not supposed to be pretty or anything. It's just supposed to do the thing. Change the theme below to see the Blazor components use the new theme as well as the application windows title bar when running on Windows 11. Cool. Have fun, Captain Commerce. Thanks for hanging about. Thanks for the lurk. Thanks for being here. And also, hi. Hi, Live Coding. Hi. All right. I want to see this just to make sure that there is no extra gap at the top. Or that's not an extra gap. I keep thinking that it's an extra gap, but it's just the Blazor Components top bar, which is really annoying because it looks like a gap. So yes, I am going to apply CSS to it. Why not? Is that in an isolated CSS file? Top row. I'm okay with that. It's just the top row of, yeah, wait, this is right. It's this one. Okay, that's better. At least I have the entire top part taken up, so it doesn't look like it's an extra gap from the underlying application. I'd really just like the background color to be RGBA, darken whatever it is. It doesn't matter. I just wanted to darken it instead. That way, if it's black, it stays black. If it's white, it turns gray. If it's blue, it turns darker shade of blue. Orange, darker shade of orange. Gwen, Kahit. Oh, I don't like that. What I meant was, I want it to be var same color as the bar. How's that? But yeah, you can see where now I can set my theme in the application to match the theme of my title bar and the underlying application itself, window. Cool. Mission accomplished in Windows 11. Now let's make this work everywhere. Set up Razor class library to respond to theme changes. Commit locally. All right. So this is where I'm stuck. And this is where we're going to use this title bar thing here. And I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up. I'm kidding. I'm going to start in the middle. When you opt into full title bar customization, your app's client area is extended to cover the entire window, including the title bar area. You are responsible for drawing and input handling for the entire window, except the caption buttons, which are still provided by the window, which is really annoying because how do I change the background color of the caption buttons? All right. And this is really annoying because this gives me information about doing this using main window. So I have a question for Visual Studio. Why the if we create a brand new MAUI, actually, why am I doing this? I can just create it in the same project. If we create a new branch, use custom title bar. Okay, if I Control-Shift-N and choose regular .NET MAUI app, pure MAUI, oh yeah. Does it scaffold with a window element, a main window? No, that's still a page. It's still a content page. The thing that I do get is a shell. And what does that look like? Yeah, you get so much more with a scaffolded MAUI app that's not a MAUI Blazor. Wait, I I ended up. So Control-Shift-N, did it give me the option? Yeah, it did. That's my fault. My fault as opposed to your fault. So Shell is an extension of MAUI that allows easier navigation in different pages. Yeah, and so I was watching the James Montemagno video that he did the 4-hour monkey template thing, and he has appshell.xaml, and he shows how to customize appshell.xaml and all that fun stuff. However, I just didn't. I'm using a Blazor Hybrid. Why didn't that open my... Theming example pure MAUI. Okay, this one should create it in this solution. Okay, so we get both of those, and then in main page, yeah. So it's almost like I really do need to get it from the window. So maybe this kid learned one trick over the course of doing this. Where I am setting the window title, maybe this window is the native window. It's not. Maybe this window will give me the native window. And that native window will be the thing that has, oh, and I have to cast it, which means I can only do this if Windows, because this is where I want to do, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to do it here. It really does make sense for Blazor to do this in the platform specific folder. And I could just be completely wrong because I don't know enough about WPF and how it works, but it really does seem like this is the right place to do it. When I'm loading the application on Windows and I'm executing the platform-specific app.xaml code, I need to do my app.setTitle bar, which means that this is where I should set my grid. And this is going to be something like column definitions. No, column. It's just I don't have, I can't. I can't access grid. Grid is not a thing in a MAUI application. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What is that? Oh, that might work. Um, what do you column definitions? It was column definitions. And if I do column, actually, I should be able to do column definitions like this. Content page has grid, etc. But this isn't a content page. This is a MAUI application, MAUI WinUI application. So the reason that I don't want to do it here in main page is because main page is used by more than just Windows. It's used by Android, Tizen, Mac OS, iOS, and I guess that's all of them. And so I kind of don't want, I have an idea though. I kind of don't want to use that to put code in here that is only targeting Windows. That's what these platform specific folders are supposed to be for. Yeah, I know that you can do if Windows. I definitely know the pre-compiler commands, but does it make sense to do that when we have already our platform specific code? I've already forgotten how to do this. I mean, if it is appropriate to do that, then I'll do that. I'll do it that way. But it just doesn't feel right to me. It feels wrong. But this is actually letting me do things. Oh, which this actually needs to be compatibility : column definition. Oh no. Yeah, can I do this in a more simplified way? Yes. Oh my goodness, I love it. Can't I define my columns that way? Now I don't have to worry about this thing breaking. And then the content inside of here is going to be a label. Man, how in the world do you do this? This is just this, I don't know. This feels like too much of a struggle for just doing something as simple as creating an element. Yeah, because from here I'm gonna have to go. Yeah, I'll continue on with this way. Custom title bar and column definitions. Just star 100. Actually, star auto. with a label in grid column 1. That is my application label. So this is, for now, I'm just going to use hard-coded values, but I would use a binding so that I can use localization, meaning example, and another label that's just going to be what is it? And I think this is zero-based indexing, now that I think of it. Okay, so that means in my main page, on initialize, this is where I need to get my applications window. I'm going to do that in a private method that follows, actually, if windows, because I already have a method for this, then, and then this is what I really don't like. Is there something that I'm doing wrong where I need to activate that I am targeting windows so that I can get syntax highlighting? Because that'd be really nice right about now. I can do that here in 2 seconds. While I'm waiting, I will start the... Oh. Hello, Deflux. Welcome, welcome, and also welcome. But I agree with you, live coding. To-dos are there for comfort, not for action. It's just to say, you know what, I wrote something about it. That means that it's going to get taken care of. But you never actually do it. No. Native window is something like Windows. Nope. Microsoft.ui.windowing. Window. Nope. Dang it, this is not the right one that I wanted to get. So that's going to be application current cruise. Yeah, links in chat are enabled. I see it. Oh, it's up here. So you're amazing. Thank you. So simple. And it was probably just a quick Google search for me. But you knew the answer, so thank you for providing it. Windows first or default. Let me get my window helper. Oh, actually, I have a get active. Well, no, I only want this part of it. Yeah, Microsoft.ui.xaml. Yeah, this is what I want. Because I think this would be the object that has extends content to title bar and set title bar. What do you know? Custom title bar, which cannot be converted to a UI element. This is the error that I've been getting every single time. Yeah, and then there's something to do with the package.app manifest too. So the display name is set in the package app_x manifest. Use the window title property. Oh, but that was for simple customization. I don't care about that. Okay, so I did on main page create it, but I created it as a resource. So on main page, I created it here, added it as a resource, but I don't need to add it as a resource. I need to I need to figure out how to tell this thing that I want the two rows in this vertical stack layout for the first one to take up an automatic amount of space and the second one to take up the remaining space. But I'm still getting cannot convert from grid to UI element. So as I'm looking here, full customization. When you blah, 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 your blah, 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 blah will blah, and you gotta blah, 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 blah. To hide the default title bar and extend your content, set the property that extends app content into the title bar to true. In a XAML app, this property can be set in your onLaunched method or in your app's first page. When your app is extended into the title bar area, you'll be responsible for defining and managing the UI for the title bar. This includes, at minimum, specifying title, text, and drag region. Yeah, and so here, app title bar is a grid, and set title bar to app title bar does it just works. I'm not worried about interactive content yet. Yeah, I just don't know if this is, so maybe that's what it was. I just don't know if this is applicable to MAUI. What I could do though, oops. Yeah, so I'm still What was I using this for? Oh, for this. For main. Was there something I added to you that is no longer being used? I think I was able to get a hold of the application resources here. So again, I'm just trying a few things, but I am open to recommendations, especially from you, Scott, because you seem to be understanding the situation and providing some direction. Ah, yeah, so we have the same amount of information on this. But have you worked with WPF before, or just SAML? Yeah, and my guess is this is abstract. It doesn't have a constructor that takes 0 arguments, but it didn't give me any. Oh, it's probably internal. UI element. Protected internal. It takes an I object reference. Yeah, it just sounded like just about everything in a MAUI application is a UI element, and I can't remember where I got that from. Mm, let's see if okay, yeah, so there words. Oh, I never plugged in my mobile studio. Oops. My guess is that UI element is XAML specific code and X name to reference it in the code behind. Yes. So that is the one thing that has stuck finally, is that just like in the WinForms app, you can give it a name using the properties window down here. You can give an element a name. With a XAML, you can give an element, you can give an elephant, I can't find it, an X colon name to be able to access it in the code behind. And that's fine. However, this thing is not a UI element. It's an I element, but not a UI element. So it implements I element. which implements iGrid layout. Well, I guess the thing that I could really check is, does layout implement UI element? It implements view. Oh, I kind of remember James doing this. So he kept F12ing. So that implements view, which implements visual element, which implements or extends, sorry, navigable element, which extends element, which extends bindable object. That's what he did it for. He did it to show that every element at its core is a bindable object, not that it's a UI element. I kind of remember that now. Dang it. Oh, this is so hard. I picture this as the introductory experience for people that want to learn .NET. Like, this is probably what it feels like learning Blazor for the first time with no experience in web development. This is me with very, very small experience in desktop applications. Why are you green underscored? Okay, so the next thing that I would like to try is to go back to app.xaml. Oh, man, I still really, really want to do this in the Windows specific code, but that's okay. Application resources. If I do this, this doesn't actually create a grid, correct? This just gives me a control or an element that is a grid that I can access using its name. And if I give it a key, then I can access it in the code behind by using the resources. So here I should be able to do something like yeah, I know. You are absolutely right. I can use this app.xaml's resource dictionary, find my custom title bar object in that dictionary, and this thing is going to be a grid, which cannot be cast to a UI element. And then you can't use this directly. Because this is just going to be a cast error. Invalid cast exception. Yeah. Ooh, and native window is null by this point. So this is what I was afraid of. By the time we get here, the window hasn't been initialized. So we wouldn't be able to do it in main window anyway because we can't get an instance of the current applications window because there is no window yet. So the place that I would want to move it then would be app.xaml's, this app.xaml's code behind on create window, which we talked about that before. The other place is in the platform specific window handler.mapper.append mapping. Then you get the handler, which gives you the platform view. Then you activate the window, which is the thing that gives you the actual reference to the window on screen. Then you can do stuff like extends content, blah, 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 blah. So we're going to get here. I know we're going to get here because I've gotten here like 6 million times. Oof. So hard. And this thing here is a runtime exception. What about resources then? What are your keys? There are no items in the resource dictionary. Because I put it in the wrong one. Right, and when I tried putting it in here, the issue that happened was no. Huh? Yeah, it's not going to build. Let me show you something that did work. Yeah, there's always warnings in this file. You're absolutely right. Failed. The namespace UI does not exist. Line. Oh, we don't need this. Can you give me like real errors this time? Excuse me, you already failed. Just fail. Try again. Yeah, here it is. So label, well, those are compiler errors. And so it's not going to let me build. As opposed to this thing, which is not a compiler error. Yeah, so this is an actual error that's preventing us from building. And then this thing didn't fix anything for me. The attachable property row was not found in grid. It just seems so wrong. It seems so wrong. Oh, speaking of, you actually don't need a grid row. Um, yeah, there is no such thing as compatibility label. I did try that. So I tried that one like that, and then I tried it without the compatibility reference namespace. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to try getting rid of this, but there is no text property on label, so that's definitely not right. Here's what did work. And this is just completely borked, as Bob Ross would say. And I don't understand this code at all. So maybe we'll just read through it and try to understand what it is. Hi, Bob Ross. I did not mean to make you come out of lurk. I am sorry. I am so sorry. I really didn't mean that to make you come out of lurk. Okay, this works. Winbow ID. But Bob Ross just said his doggo just did a massive fart on him. Oh, Moonyak, thank you so much. Dang, that's almost a full year. That is insane. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for that subscription. Peas. Didn't your time get reset or something, Barbarosso? 1 month and 6 hours, though. Oh my gosh, that is a lot of time. Okay. You can kind of see it back here. So the title bar is back there. The thing that is messed up about it right now is I am setting the title bar background color and title bar title and all of that stuff using the API, whatever it's called. So the only thing that I should do is not run any of that code. Okay, this is what I wanted to show. We get our grid, we get the title bar, and we get the buttons. The problem is that these title bar buttons are not customizable still in Windows 10 and before. And so what I tried to do was manipulate this thing here to help me understand what's going on with the title bar. Because like what I could do is column definitions auto star, or actually auto star auto, and get rid of these. And then 0 is actually going to be the icon. So for now, I'm just going to do a label, a labely called icon. Nope, text. I'm so confused. But yeah, this is my main computer, but I'm running on Visual Studio Preview, Valparaiso. And it does not need to be on a test machine. It just needs to be on Visual Studio Preview. For now. And then my next label, which is grid column 1, is going to be my application title. And then my third column is going to be the content box, the control buttons. And label is still not found. So how in the world did you get button to work, but we can't get label to work? I'm so confused. Button is found, but not label. Yeah. And so that, this is what we get, which I was kind of expecting. So I get two buttons up here that I was hoping to be like just labels, and then have this second label stretch the entire width of the second column, which I could probably do. And then we still have our built-in control bar. Yeah, that's what I'm going to call it, control box. That has the minimize, maximize, and close, and this little area that's click draggable. The rest of this area is not click draggable, so I'd need to figure out how to do that. And you can definitely see that the top of the running application is the very top of the window itself, and not just underneath the title bar that was up there. But I really don't know how this is the thing that is... I just don't know. This is what is... I don't get it. You know what I'm trying to say? Because I sure don't. And then I guess the other question is it possible to use this? Yeah, I can't cast a data template to UI element. Anyway, is there still some way to use this example here, glean something off of it for someone that understands how XAML works? They're using this app title bar. And that app title bar is supposedly a grid. Where can I find this grid? Because I know that it's a name in main window. It's right there. But again, it's in main window. And it is a Microsoft.ui.xaml.controls. So can I tell this thing that I want it to be Microsoft.ui.xaml.controls? So can I alias XAML to using Microsoft.ui.xaml.controls? No, I cannot. That says it built. That just said it built. Oh, right, but that was the template. Okay, we're gonna try this last thing. I'm gonna quit after this. Okay, so I got the title bar, and apparently title bar can be cast to a UI element. And so that worked. And then it gives me the standard title bar back. So I don't see the two buttons and I don't see the gap. So it created a standard title bar. Okay, I'm gonna keep struggling with this, but what I'm gonna do first is, so that's kind of like, that's back burner for me. If anyone does come up with anything, if you happen to be thinking about this, I'm definitely open for suggestions. Yeah, didn't think so. I'm open for suggestions, but yeah, the next thing that I'm going to be working on, which we're going to do in this project as well, is skinning. And by skinning, I mean I want the app to be laid out differently based on a selected skin. So you have the concept of color themes, and now I want to introduce the concept of application skin. I don't know if you remember Winamp from like 1812, but if they had like open source code, I'd want to know how they changed their skins or made it so that you could skin it differently. But I'm taking an approach that just makes sense to me because I need to create one other skin for the application that I'm doing for my job, and it's it's an interesting approach. That's all that I can say about it because I don't really have anything to go off of. I haven't done any research for how other applications do skinning. And even if I did, I don't know. I do know how I would apply that. So, pretty much the only thing that the skinning is going to affect are the components themselves in the Razor class library and how they're laid out in the main layout and on the page. So things are going to move around. So I want to come up with an approach in this library that we've been working with for how to do skinning in a MAUI Blazor app. Tune in next time for that. Oh my goodness. Anyway, that's it for my time though. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Scott, for um, giving some suggestions, some pointers, some tips, some things to try. Just thank you. And then Moonyak, thanks again for that subscription. Thank you, Joriak, Jory K. Hope you stuck around. And I hope you don't think that this is the only content that we have, which is me struggling. Although it does seem to be the case lately. Because I'm working with brand new cutting edge technology, and there's not much documentation. Well, there's a lot of documentation for Xamarin, which is kind of like what we're working with, but MAUI itself, yeah, eh. But that's it for me though. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to be hanging out in the community voice channel in Discord. And until next time, I'll see you on the flip side of the bacon. Mm, the perfectly cooked bacon. I can smell it. Mm, I want to walk away. Okay, ciao.